Hi, in this video we'll be going over some of G Suite's new features for preventing malware and fraud through email. If you've recently created your G Suite account, these should all be enabled, but if you have an older G Suite account, they may or may not be, so it's a good idea just to check and verify that all the settings are correct for your organization. So to get to that section, we go to admin.google.com and log in with your G Suite admin account. And then once you're on the dashboard here, we'll go to Apps, and then G Suite, and then Gmail. And then we'll just want to scroll down to Safety. And as we can see here, everything is set to enable, which is exactly what we want. So you may need to change some of these settings for your organization depending on your workflows and if you have any problems with false positives. I've been using this for a while with all the features turned on and we haven't had any problems. So we'll just go over some of these right here. So attachments, this is a nice feature. If you enable all settings, then you have protection against encrypted attachments from untrusted senders, which is a good way to spread malware, so that's good that they block that. And it also protects against attachments with scripts from untrusted senders. Both of these are great ways to prevent malware being distributed in email in your organization. The next thing we have is it will identify links behind shortened URLs, because people like to hide behind URL shortening services so you don't really know what you're clicking. It'll also scan linked images to find malicious content, and will show a warning prompt for clicks on links from emails from untrusted users or untrusted domains. So again, we'll enable all settings so we have that protection. This section is actually my favorite. I think it's very creative and it's really effective. And that lets us protect against emails that use domain spoofing based on similar domain names. So if somebody registers a domain that's similar to your organization's domain, maybe missing a letter or added a letter or substituted a letter for a number or the other way around, Gmail will notice that and give you a warning. So you can make sure that your employees know that this email that they're looking at may be malicious because it's not from your domain, it's from a domain that somebody wants to look like your domain to trick people. So that's a great feature right there. Also, protect against spoofing of employee names. This is an excellent feature. It protects against messages where the email sender's name is a name that's in your G Suite directory, but the email is not authenticated by your company's domains. So that means if somebody uses a random email address, it may not even be real, it could just be a spoofed email address that doesn't even exist, and they use the name of your IT department employees or an executive at your organization and send an email to one of your employees saying, I need you to go out to a convenience store and buy me a bunch of iTunes gift cards and put all the codes in the email so I can send them out to all of our clients. You know, they'll come up with some elaborate thing that sounds plausible, and unfortunately sometimes people fall for that. And they'll go and spend untold amounts of money on gift cards, put them in an email, and it may be months down the road that they figure out that that was a scam. If that executive or that employee never mentions that to them and they don't bring it up, then there's no way to really know that something was happening here. So that's a great feature just to let you know, be a little bit cautious about this email because it is appearing to be from someone in your organization, but it's not from an official email address. So those top two features are excellent. I think that's a great step towards email security, and it's great that Google has implemented those. The next two are just a little bit more technical. They may not actually be signs of fraud or malware emails. It could just be a misconfiguration. So these two things, depending on how your network is set up in your organization, you may or may not want to have these turned on. If you have photocopiers or something like that, or some other notification system running inside your network, maybe your phone system sends users emails when they have a voicemail. If those systems are not set up to send mail through your G Suite account, then those emails may get blocked or flagged as spam. So it's important, if you have these features turned on, that you've made sure all of your systems are sending authenticated email either through Gmail or set up SPF and DKIM to have your internal server listed as a trusted source if you have an internal SMTP server, or if you're using your ISP's SMTP server. These last two require a little bit more attention to make sure that it's not going to interfere in your daily operations at your organization. And by the way, this only works in the web interface. So if you have Gmail added to your Apple Mail on your phone, or if you have your Gmail set up through Outlook on your computer or something like that, you won't be able to take advantage of a lot of these options. If any of the settings are changed, let's see what we have here. So by default, keep an inbox and show warning. The warnings only work in the web version of Gmail. You won't see those if you have a third-party mail client. However, if it's set to move to spam, that message will still end up in spam even if you're using a third-party client. So it's important for you to determine how your employees or the members of your organization are using your official email through G Suite. If everyone is using Gmail and you have disabled POP and IMAP support, then it really doesn't make a difference. If you have it show a warning or send it to spam, they'll still get that action applied. But if your organization heavily utilizes third-party clients like Outlook or something like that, you may want to reevaluate which action is applied to these various security measures. And if something's important to block, like encrypted attachments and untrustworthy scripts, you may just want to send those straight to spam so there's no chance that people will open them. Or if you're having a lot of problems getting emails from spoofed domains or senders, you may want to have these just go straight to spam too. Well, you can't with this one, but you can with the domain spoofing. So again, it's up to the administrators to look at the whole picture of your organization, figure out how your users are accessing Gmail, if it's through the web or through a third-party client, and then what kind of threats you're currently experiencing. If you have a large amount of any of these threats, then it may be better to have it go straight to spam instead of showing the warning, but that's up to you. So again, once you've made your changes, you just need to click save, and then as it says, it may take up to 24 hours for these changes to propagate to all users. So highly recommend to set these features up if you're using G Suite for your organization. They're a great set of features to help reduce fraudulent emails and malicious emails that are delivered to your organization's members. So if you have any questions about this and you'd like to open a paid support case, our contact information will be in the video description. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a great day.